Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wahda wa salatu wa salamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da amma ba'd. Thank you for coming, all of you. And as you know, by mashallah, we have program today. This is regarding Isra and Miraj. Regarding Isra and Miraj, we all should know whatever we discuss or whatever we do, celebrate, what is number one thing is what is our sources for this. Especially for Isra and Miraj, number one source is the Quran. The ayah have been recited, like in Salatul Maghrib. There are two portions this journey has. This one is called Isra, the other one is called Miraj. And Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has mentioned both of them. Isra is the journey from Makkah al-Mukarramah. In reality, if you look at technically, Isra means to travel at night journey. And when we say in the context of Sira, in Islamic context, we say Isra means to take Prophet ﷺ from Makkah al-Mukarramah to Baytul Maqdis. This is the journey. It's mentioned in here, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-Masjid Al-Haram. Under this ayah, the discussion of Mufassirin, they mention Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala started this ayah from Subhana. Subhan means the one who is free of any defect. Subhan. हम जिस उर्दू में कहते हैं ना पाक है अल्लाह की ज़ात Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi. And why Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has mentioned Subhana here, they say the journey what Allah has mentioned in this ayah humanly is impossible. And when we see something is humanly impossible, human being thinks it is impossible for everyone. That's why Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says nothing is impossible for Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. That's why Allah started from Subhana. Alladhi asra bi'abdihi. And Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, the one who took his servant. Mufassirin again, they have explained here the word abd. When you say the word abd, it's referred to both your body and your soul. Just like if you have somebody's name, for example, if you say Muhammad, Muhammad means it's not only a body and it's not only a ruh, combination of both. Because of that, they said Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has took Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with his body. That means that journey was the physical journey. This journey was the physical journey. And we have to remember Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, whenever honoring the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, especially in the Quran, has used this word abd. For example, in this place, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi. In other place, Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has mentioned, Alhamdulillahi alladhi anzala ala abdihi al-kitab, that Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has revealed the book upon the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the other place, Allah has mentioned, Tabarak alladhi nazzala al-furqana ala abdihi, again. And Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has mentioned, فَأَوْحَى إِلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْحَى. Like these are the places that Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala is honoring the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and referring everywhere with the abd. And if you go into deep, like the two nisbat where Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, this called, one is called nisbat uruj and the other one called is about nisbat nuzul. Nisbat ko kya boleंगे sir? Why Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has used the word abd, even though Allah could have used Rasul as well. Instead of Rasul, Allah has used the abd. Why this one? Abd is basically, goes up to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Like uruj, going up. And in Risala, if they have Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has used the word Rasul, then it becomes a nisbat Rasuli, that Rasul means he get the message from Allah and deliver it to people. Something coming from top and going towards down. In abd, from bottom you go up. That's what the dimension, like this dimension, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, that's why I use the word abdun. And regarding this journey, when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has mentioned, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa, in this whole ayah, laylan, according to Mufassirin again, not the whole night, the portion of the night that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has used for this, portion of that, laylan. And min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa, from Masjid al-Haram to Masjid al-Aqsa. Now, when we read these ayats and the ahadith, the second source of this, like the whole incident, the source of ahadith. When we go into ahadith, we have like about 12 or 15 Sahaba, they narrate ahadith of the Miraj. And there are so many details, mashallah, and sometimes you see these ahadith, they contradict each other. And some of them, you can reconcile them, and some of them, it is very tough to reconcile them. That's when we go into detail. Overall, regarding the journey, everybody agreed. And here, the ulama, they explain, when we have the proof from the Quran, especially from Makkah al-Mukarramah to Bayt al-Maqdis, this is very specific, and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has mentioned in Surah Isra, the very first ayah. If anyone denies this journey, he may leave Islam. Because, like it's a very clear ayah. It has no room to deny it. The maximum you can say, I cannot understand it. That's it. And regarding this journey, it was a gift to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. As Ummah, we have nothing to do. We just have to believe in it. We just have to believe in it. Because we did not experience and we did not see, we were not there. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has experienced, and we just have to believe in it. Laylan min al-Masjid al-Haram ila al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. And then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has mentioned, Alladhi barakna hawlahu. This is from the Quran. And then the details the Sahaba has mentioned, very briefly, I'll go over inshallah some of it, in which, according to the riwayats, because obviously inshallah, it's going to be like different riwayats, like together, not one riwayat. Some riwayas say the Prophet ﷺ was laying down in his house and the roof, opened, and the two angels came and they took Prophet ﷺ from there to the Hatim, and from the Hatim they took out Prophet ﷺ's heart and they washed it. I think you already know the Prophet ﷺ's heart was washed once again. It was when I was about 4 or 5 years of age. And at that time, when they opened his heart, they took out the black stuff is called, like whatever you might have, some kind of influence of your nafs and shaitan, they took out already. And here in this journey, when they opened the Prophet ﷺ's heart, according to the riwayat, these angels, they brought a utensil. That utensil was full of, according to one riwayah, say with the zamzam, and other riwayah says it was filled of iman. And again, could be either one. They washed the Prophet ﷺ's heart and then put it back, and then the Buraq was brought. The Buraq, that was basically a Sawari kya kahen? Ride. Yeah, the ride was good. The ride was brought for Prophet ﷺ. It's called Buraq. Buraq means, why it was called Buraq? Because it was a speed, just like a barq, like lightning speed, because of that. And according to some, they say Buraq means, white. It was white. And it was little, lower than the horse and higher than the donkey. It's in between, like a mule type. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he brought this, and Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam about to mount on it. When Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam about to mount this, like the dabba, this beast the word sahi hai? Beast. Yeah, creature bole. This beast started like jolting, like basically started moving around. Then Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he basically tapped him and said, you know, who's riding you today? The best riders. From here, the ulama, they explained, they said, some, maybe Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, or the Malaika themselves, they may have already used this Buraq for their journey. That's why, like Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he mentioned, he said, up to this point, whoever has rode you, he is the best person who's riding you right now, like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the best among all of them. And Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, like Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mounted from on the top, and then from here journey starts, goes all the way to Baitul Maqdis. In Baitul Maqdis again, we have the riwayats from here. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, first he tied this camel, his Buraq, to the pole where Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, previous Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, they also tied their animal. The same pole Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has used it. Again, like could be the same Buraq or could be something else. They used to tie. And from here, the ulama, they explain and they mention, and look at this, you have to tie your Buraq as well. How about locking our cars? Ji? Can we leave our cars unlocked? We have to tie first, then you believe it. And some of the scholars, like they did the istinbat here. Istinbat means they took out the masala from here. They said to have the imam's parking is okay. Because look at this, Prophet ﷺ, like he has his own place to tie his animal, and then he's going all the way. Anyway, this Buraq was tied here. From here, the two riwayat says, Prophet ﷺ, when he entered the Masjid Al-Aqsa, he saw Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. He is praying. And he saw Sayyidina Isa alayhi salatu wasalam praying. And he saw Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam standing and praying in Masjid Al-Aqsa. And he had met Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wasalam on the way from Makkah to Baitul Maqdis. Like I'm not going to the detail because this is a detailed journey, mashallah. And when he met Musa alayhi salatu wasalam in his grave, he was praying. When he came here, he is praying here. Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. And there are two riwayats. One riwayat says the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he prayed 2 rakat here before his journey start to the Miraj. And when he prayed, he said, ثُمَّ تَوَلَّيْتُ, like when I looked it back, I saw that all Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam was already praying behind the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the other riwayah says, when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam reached Baitul Maqdis, all Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam there, and they were waiting, who will lead them? Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he held the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam hand and put him on the imamat. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam lead the all Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. Now with these two riwayats, like hard to reconcile and say, like, did Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam praying behind him, or he does not know? But anyway, he led them, and that's how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the Imamul Anbiya, because when he leads all Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam there, and after that, this journey start, second portion of the journey. And this journey goes from here, it's called Isra. The Miraj. The Miraj means Uruj, going up, that Allah Ta'ala has mentioned in Surah Najm. The ayats of Surah Najm, it has, it's a great ikhtilaf among the Mufassirin. These ayats are regarding Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like both sides are Mufassirin, the great scholars are both sides. I think inshallah, I will leave this portion for Dr. Sahib. Inshallah, Dr. Sahib will take care of this portion, inshallah. From here, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam goes there. Before he reaches there, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was presented with the two utensils. through Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam. He brought two utensils in front of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One has milk in it, the other one has wine in it. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has to choose one. And according to some riwayah, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, he chose the milk. And according to some riwayah, they say he consulted Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam. Which one should I take? Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam, he gave indication, milk. When Prophet ﷺ chose the milk, Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu salam, he said, you have chosen the fitrah. You have chosen the fitrah. If you have chosen the wine, then your ummah has gone astray. That was, like the fitrah. And some ulama, they have given explanation here, like when you pick milk is a fitrah. Kullu mawludin yuladu ala al-fitra. Like the milk is giving the fitra from here as well. Some of the ulama, they extend some, they say, everybody come on fitra means iman, or kullu mawludin yuladu ala al-fitra. From here, they also explain this. Fitra means, like Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he himself explained, this was the fitra. Then I'll leave here, inshallah, this journey, but I want to mention one thing before this. Why Miraj happened and when this Miraj happened, this is what number one thing. According to majority of scholars, like when this happened, about year or year and a half before the Hijrah, according to majority of the scholars. Otherwise, some of the scholars, they say in the 5th year of Nubuwwah, some of them, there's a 7th year, there are so many aqwal. But the majority of them, they say this. The reason they say this, because Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she says, Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha, she passed away before the salah became farz. And if we remember the seerah, Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu anha, she passed away. Anybody? Ji? Just a year before Hijrah. About 1 year or 13 months, something like that. She passed away. And just before her, right, about 3 days, according to some ulama, they say 1 week ago, Abu Talib, he passed away. So anyway, this incident took place, according to majority of the ulama, just a year before Hijrah. And which month? There are 5 aqwal. Among those 5 aqwal, this one qawl is the Rajab. Nobody knows the date. But like yes, according to our, like Desi culture, today is the night. Today is what, 27th or what? Yep. 27th night, according to majority, or we celebrate at least, we say, majority of the time. And the ulama, they have this question, like, why don't we record this? If that was such a big incident in Islamic history. Again, the ulama, they have explained, they said, that was a gift and that was experience only for the Prophet ﷺ. That's why, like it was only between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second thing, why this happened, why Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala has called Prophet ﷺ, for Miraj, we have to go back a little bit back in the seerah. Look at this history. If you see the boycott of the Quraysh with the Banu Hashim for 3 years. For the 3 years, they boycotted. In that boycott, it was very painful for the Banu Hashim. And finally, the boycott, somehow that was ended. There was, not only Prophet ﷺ, Banu Hashim, they all have to go through very hard time, very tough time. And right after they finished, Abu Talib passed away, and then Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu ta'ala. That's how the Prophet ﷺ, he kind of lost his support. External support and internal support, both of them he lost. And after he lost this, he was thinking, the hostility of the kuffar, it increased. At this juncture, Prophet ﷺ had planned to go to Taif. Because after the Makkah, there was a Taif, one of the big city. And if you go to Taif and if you call them towards Islam, if they accept Islam, then Prophet ﷺ get some strength to his message. When Prophet ﷺ went to Taif, when he invited them towards Islam, there is a long story. Sayyid Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, one day she asked the Prophet ﷺ, O Prophet of Allah, which one you have the hardest day in your life? Hardest day. Because Prophet ﷺ went through so many difficult days and tough days in his life. She asked, what was the toughest day in your life? And she herself says, I was thinking the Prophet ﷺ was going to say, Uhud. Remember, Prophet ﷺ has got injured, he lost his tooth and all those. She was expecting the Prophet ﷺ was going to say, Uhud. But Prophet ﷺ has mentioned that Taif was the hardest day for me in my life. And then Prophet ﷺ, when he went and he called them towards Islam, there were 3 brothers, all of them, the way they rejected Prophet ﷺ, it is mentioned in a Hadith, details are there. Prophet ﷺ kind of lost hope and he was coming back from Taif. So these people, they put, some young kids after Prophet ﷺ. These people were stoning to Prophet ﷺ. And Prophet ﷺ was bleeding so much, he couldn't even walk. His shoes were sticking to his feet because of his blood. The Prophet ﷺ, he sat down in a way, while he was coming back from Taif, he sat down in one place. When he sat down, Allah Ta'ala sent Sayyidina Jibreel, and the other angel came to Prophet ﷺ and he said salam to Prophet ﷺ. After that, O Prophet of Allah, I'm so angel, and I'm on the duty of, mountains, I control the mountains and everything. Allah Ta'ala heard your conversation with these people, and Allah has sent me, whatever you say, I'm ready to do it. That means, if you ask me, then I will collide these 2 mountains, and the whole city of Taif will be crushed between 2 mountains. But you have to permit me. You have to give me the permission. Then the Prophet ﷺ, he did not give permission. He said, these people don't know. They are ignorant. They don't know. If these people don't accept the message, I'm hoping the people will be there from their progeny. They will accept the message. The Prophet ﷺ went through a lot of difficulty, especially coming from Taif. And imagine the message of the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ made a long dua. Allahumma inni ashku ilayka dhafi quwwati wa qillat hilati wa hawani ala nas. This is a long dua. The whole gist of this dua is Allah Tabarak, the Prophet ﷺ is making dua to Allah. Oh Allah, I don't care. I cannot deliver the message properly. As long as you are happy with me and you are not displeased with me, I don't care what I'm going through. But you should not be displeased with me. That's the message. That's the dua the Prophet ﷺ had. And after this, Prophet ﷺ has gone to the height of, pain in his life. Ulama, they explain the type of test you go through, very tough test Prophet ﷺ went through, and according to his test, Allah Ta'ala has rewarded him. The reward is, Allah called him towards the heavens. And ulama, they explain, they said, there is no Nabi, they have gone to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But other Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, they have the Miraj. Their Miraj is, Allah Ta'ala showed them, those things, those area. Like Allah has mentioned, وَكَذَلِكَ نُرِي إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلِيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ. They said this is part of the Miraj. And when it comes to Miraj of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some ulama, they have the opinion, they say, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also have the multiple Miraj. But this one was physical, the other Miraj was spiritual. Because of that, they say the other Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, they have spiritual Miraj. Prophet ﷺ has multiple miraj. Because of that, they say these riwayas, when we see they contradict each other, they are not narrating, like one incident. They are narrating different types, different timing of, like when Prophet ﷺ had miraj. Because of that, sometimes you cannot reconcile them. And we do not have any detail in a hadith. They mention that we are mentioning this detail because of so-and-so miraj, so-and-so miraj. They did not have any detail. Because of that, we have all ikhtilaf in this.